Back pain after work, it may be more than just a long day. If you do the same motions day after day, your job could be putting your spine at serious risk. You may not even realize it until it's too late. Have you ever ended a workday with that familiar nagging ache in your lower back and chalked it up to just getting older? What if I told you that your job, yes, the very thing you do every day to support your life, might be setting you up for something more serious? Spinal stenosis. Let's talk about the jobs that quietly strain your spine every single day. How spinal stenosis develops from that strain, and why, especially for women in certain roles, those risks are even higher. Today, we're diving into the topic when work hurts, the hidden link between your 9 to 5 job and spinal stenosis. I'll break down how repetitive roles play a part in spinal stenosis, jobs that put you at greater risk for spinal stenosis, and examples of studies and medical literature that suggest occupational risk contributing to spinal stenosis. Welcome to Living with Spinal Stenosis. I'm your host, Miss No More Back Pain. Spinal stenosis happens when the spaces within your spine narrow, putting pressure on the spinal cord and nerves. This can lead to pain, numbness, tingling, and even weakness in the arms or legs. It's most common in the lower back and neck. So, how does your job contribute? It comes down to micro trauma, tiny repeated stresses over time. These might not hurt at first, but over months and years, they cause inflammation, disc degeneration, bone spur formation, and joint thickening, all of which can narrow the spinal canal. Let's look at how this breaks down by movement. Frequent lifting and bending puts excessive strain on spinal discs and ligaments. Repetitive twisting can wear down the facet joints and destabilize the spine. Long periods of sitting or standing in poor posture compress the lumbar spine. Overhead work stresses the cervical spine. I am not a doctor, and this is not medical advice. I am sharing my personal experience with lumbar spinal stenosis to raise awareness and help others that may be going through the same thing. My mission is to provide care, community, awareness, resources, and empowerment so that those living with spinal stenosis feel supported. Here are some jobs that studies and experts say are more likely to contribute to spinal stenosis. 1. Construction workers. Frequent heavy lifting, use of vibrating tools, and awkward postures. 2. Nurses and healthcare workers. Lifting patients, long shifts, bending over beds. 3. Warehouse and factory workers. Repetitive motions, long hours on hard surfaces. 4. Dentists and surgeons. Prolonged static postures, neck flexion. 5. Drivers of trucks and buses. Sitting for hours in a vibrating seat, limited movement. 6. Office workers. Sedentary lifestyle, poor ergonomic setups, neck strain. 7. Hairdressers and cashiers. Prolonged standing, awkward reaching and twisting. Even athletes, especially gymnasts, football players, and weightlifters, can develop spinal stenosis due to repetitive high impact stress. I share my research and experiences to encourage others. Don't just take my word for it, do your own research. I've added additional resources in the description. An analysis of occupational disease claims in Korea revealed that lumbar spinal disorders accounted for the largest proportion of WRMSDs, or work-related musculoskeletal disorders, particularly among occupations involving repetitive tasks and physical labor. Spinal stenosis can be considered a WRMSD when it is caused or worsened by long-term work-related stress on the spine. When it comes to the spine, long-term stress and strain like lifting, twisting, or standing for extended periods of time can lead to degenerative changes such as disc compression or bone spur formation that narrow the spinal canal, resulting in spinal stenosis. These are injuries or disorders that affect the muscles, nerves, tendons, joints, cartilage, or spinal disc, and are caused or aggravated by work tasks. Work related musculoskeletal disorders develop gradually over time due to repetitive motion, overexertion, poor posture, or long term physical strain, which is why they are commonly seen in occupations that require repetitive or physically demanding tasks. In physically demanding jobs like construction work, nursing, or warehouse work, employees are especially vulnerable to work related musculoskeletal disorders. These occupational hazards, if not addressed early, can cause chronic back pain and potentially disabling spinal conditions later in life. If you're working in a job with repetitive motions, heavy lifting, or long hours on your feet, it's crucial for you to understand how these everyday tasks can affect your spine over time. Everyone's experience may not be the same. The good news: awareness is the first step. Awareness is the first step to prevention. Your spine is your body's central support system. Treat it like the foundation that it is. Don't let your job just quietly wear it down before it's time. If you want to understand spinal stenosis in more detail, what it is, how it develops, and why it matters, check out this video. Why people with chronic back pain must get tested for spinal stenosis.